We are about to find out with a very special panel now. I'm very honored to be moderating myself, and I'd like to welcome to the stage our first guest who's joining us here in La Nave in Madrid. He is the co-founder and CEO of Hoop Carpool. Please welcome to the stage Carlos Alonso Aguilar. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bienvenidos, Carlos. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And by the magic of technology, we are going to invoke our fantastic VIP guest number 2, who is from Counterfog and also the mechanical engineering professor at the Escuela Politécnica Superior Universidad de Alcalá. Please welcome to our screen, Jose Luis Diaz Perez. There he is, wonderful. Okay, welcome, Jose Luis.
Hello, good morning.
Hey, bienvenidos. Excellent. So, let's start at the beginning. We're in a space that's full of startup history and innovation history. Let's give the audience your elevator pitch, and we'll start with your good self, Carlos. So, what is Carpool, and why should people use it?
Okay, so Hoop Carpool is a startup that is a carpooling app for users to go to the university or to work every day, and it's kind of the same concept as BlaBlaCar. And how we do it is we do a lot of partnerships with companies, universities, and also city halls to promote the service among their employees, students, and also citizens. So everyone can access the app and can start sharing.
Nice, sign me up. I'm going to install that app for sure. Hoop Carpool, wonderful. And Jose Luis, please give our audience the elevator pitch for Counterfog. Yes.
Counterfog, yeah.
Counterfog, thank you.
Counterfog, okay. Counterfog is a technology that we develop for counteracting any kind of chemical, biological, and radiological toxic cloud. So it was, let's say, the perfect tool that you needed for counteracting any kind of aerosol, even bioaerosols like the COVID-19.
Wow. Amazing, and we're going to come back to that incredible pivot that you went through in 2019. It's just such an impressive story. You're all going to absolutely love it. So, Carlos, let's start with yourselves. Now, these are 2 cases of technology transfer that from universities that have become very successful startups. We got Counterfog there, we got the Hoop Carpool platform. But how do you think that different universities can collaborate, and why is this important to boost the creation of these successful startup teams?
Yeah, I think that one thing that is super important is that in one university, for example, mine, that is the Politécnica of Madrid, we have amazing tech talent, but also we need the business side. When I was starting this project, I was struggling to find other partners, and I was looking for them in other universities, also in some networks of talent, but it was super difficult for me. You have to convince someone from other business that your idea is worth starting it. So I think that one of the main collaborations that university should do between them is talk and create spaces in which you can meet with other people interested and that they want to start a business. And this is something that right now is lacking and should be promoted better.
Yeah, absolutely. We come back to that point of diversity. If you only get a small viewpoint on the world, even in a boardroom, in a university, in an entrepreneurial team, there's certain important things you're just not going to see because you're all basically from the same place, seeing the same thing. So like cross-pollination with other universities is so valuable. It brings a diversity of perspective, and it can really supercharge entrepreneurship and innovation. Coming over to yourself, Jose Luis, I think it's worth just understanding where where you came from as a spin-off of the project, the FP7 project, and also talk a bit about the kind of companies and organizations who now cooperate with you. They trust your technology because it is an incredible list of companies. It would be great to share that with the audience.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that one of the main features of Counterfog is that it was created by a cooperation of 10 institutions from all around Europe, from United Kingdom to Czech Republic. And we created this technology in that kind of cooperative work. And after the project, we got support from the Military Emergency Unit, from Policía Nacional, the Ministry of Interior, from ArcelorMittal, from different companies like Sherco or many companies devoted to disinfection and to cleaning, that they trusted in our technology and that they are using it every day. You know that, for instance, the all the buses in the city of Burgos are disinfected with our technology. And just 2 people are able to disinfect 80 buses every single night.
Amazing. My goodness. Wow. So, I mean, talk about saving time and optimizing. This is absolutely transformational technology. And of course, you just kind of explained there that COVID has been a big driver in what has been happening with counterfog. And I'd like to come back to yourself, Carlos, to just speak a little bit about, we hear the headlines that e-commerce kind of grew 10 years, the 10 years of growth in one quarter because of COVID, because everyone's staying at home. But obviously mobility has been very affected by the whole COVID pandemic. Talk to us a bit about how COVID has affected mobility and also Hoop Carpool.
Yeah, in our case, it was a huge hit at the beginning because everyone stopped moving. Everyone was at home, so it was really difficult for us. But then we realized that companies start thinking about how their employees are going to go back to the office, because now that everyone is really happy at home and they don't want to go back to the traffic jams and being every single day to the office. So we saw that companies and universities also were very open to start thinking about new ideas, how they can share between the employees, and our idea was a total success in that sense. And right now we have more than 30 partnerships with the biggest universities, also companies, for example, BBA, Banco Santander, also ING, or some others, the universities also with public ones, one of them, the University Polytechnica of Madrid, which is nice because I have studied there. And also the city halls, which is something that it is already done in France. Many municipalities like the one from Paris, that the city hall is putting money to paying the drivers so the passengers can go for free to the daily commutes. So this is something that right now Las Rozas is also doing here in Madrid. So if anyone is here from Las Rozas, please sign up because you can go for free with Hoop.
There you go, a free offer on stage for many of you in the audience. That's wonderful. And of course, carpooling is amazing for the environment. Instead of having 4 cars, you have 1 car. It's just wonderful. It's so good for every possible reason. And in terms of the economy and optimizing how people travel, it's just perfect. So coming back to yourself, Jose Luis, I would love if you could share with the audience. There's a story about how one of your very first pivotal exercises at the Torrejon Air Base with UMA, that really, sparked a thought that then developed into what became your ability to combat COVID and to disinfect on a big scale. Talk to us a bit about that event, what you were doing, and then how you pivoted with the COVID pandemic, because it's very impressive.
Yeah, well, that the point is that when we started this project, the main concern that was in let's say the fashion that year was the anthrax and this kind of biological agents. You know that anthrax it's a bacillus and it has something like a few micron size. But the point is that we developed the technology able to fight at the nanoscale. And let's say that at the nanoscale, the viscosity and the properties of nanomaterials are the main driving forces and are not always intuitive. And that is why with our system, we are able to collapse not only these anthrax spores, but also smoke or any particulate matter, even ultrafine particulate matter. In fact, what we first demonstrated is that smoke from diesel engines, we could collapse it just using water and air. So it's the most environmental friendly combination you may find. And after that, with the UME in Torrejon Air Base, we demonstrated in outdoors and also in indoors that we were able to collapse something like a toxic clouds coming from a Fukushima accident. You have a nuclear plant and there is an aerosol flowing out from the nuclear plant, we can collapse it. We demonstrated it with 4 big nozzles put on top of the crane of one of the vehicles of the UME. And we demonstrated that a big production of smoke was collapsed by our system. So imagine that we had something like that in Fukushima. if it had been applied there, we had been preventing the transport of this material 300 kilometers away. That was the case in Japan. So it's a powerful technology for collapsing smoke, for collapsing pollution. And when the pandemics came, the first thing we did is to turn the anti-riot track that the Policía Nacional, the national police in Spain had. We installed one of our nozzles with an air compressor, and we transformed the vehicle in order to turn it into a massive disinfection machine. So it was used in the IFEMA pavilion to disinfect it in just a few minutes. That is something that you cannot achieve with any other technology. And additionally, the main feature of our technology is that it doesn't resuspend any agent. And that is key because COVID-19 is 1/8 of the size of anthrax. So that means that with 125 nanometer size, it really flows, and it's as simple as if you just move, the COVID-19 virus is again resuspended. So you need a technology that is able to catch it and to collapse it. And that's the unique feature that we provide. You know that during the hardest time of the pandemics, when everything was closed, we collaborated with Policía Nacional and UME to develop our portable system. It was something for a story, because even we needed that they open the stores. They called to the owners of the store, and we went with them in order for the store to provide us the materials we needed for the development of the system and the prototype. So it was really a story for a film, I think.
Outstanding. My goodness. Well, there you have it, folks. So that 15 minutes has absolutely flown by, but I can't think of two more impressive, wonderful examples of collaboration between academia and the commercial world. And we have two champions of technology here. They're making the world better, safer for everybody, and they are also a wonderful example and a showcase of the entrepreneurial, the innovation ecosystem right here in Madrid. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking and showing your appreciation for Jose Luis Diaz Perez from Counterfog and Carlos Alonso Aguilar from Hoop Carpool. Thank you so much.